Hello, welcome to Levant TV headlines. Syrian President Bashar al-Assad said US plans to train vetted rebels to fight the Islamic State group were illusory, as they would eventually defect to the jihadists. Syrian opposition figures have begun 4 days of talks on how to end the nearly 4-year conflict, with members of President Bashar al-Assad's government set to join them, but the main exiled opposition alliance boycotting the event. Kurdish fighters have expelled jihadists from the Islamic State group from the Syrian border town of Kobani after more than 4 months of fighting. At least 20 people have been killed in clashes between police and protesters across Egypt after protests were staged to mark the 4th anniversary of Egypt's 2011 uprising. And the UN Security Council will hold closed-door meetings today on the crisis that has left Yemen in a political vacuum after the president and the prime minister resigned. Now let's have a look at top headlines in today's newspapers in the Middle East. From Lebanon, the Daily Star leads reporting that Interior Minister Nuhad al-Mashnou said that Lebanon hopes a political solution could resolve the issue of fugitives hiding out in the Palestinian refugee camp of al-Hilweh. The paper also reports that Justice Minister Ashraf Rifi accused Hezbollah of exploiting the Lebanese army's relentless fight against jihadi militants to revive the three-way equation of army, people and resistance, which bestowed legitimacy to Hezbollah's military wing. The UAE's Khalij Times leads reporting that in a glove bonhomie, US President Barack Obama and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi unveiled a deal aimed at unlocking billions of dollars in nuclear trade, a step that both sides hope will help establish an enduring strategic partnership. The paper also reports that at least 12 protesters and a policeman were killed in unrest in Egypt as the country marked the 4th anniversary of its 2011 uprising. The Egypt Independent is reporting that the Health Ministry has now counted 23 deaths at the final toll of a day of violence between protesters and police on the 4th anniversary of the 2011 uprising. The paper also reports that a new round of talks between rival Libyan factions will take place in Geneva today, even as gunmen kidnapped the Deputy Foreign Minister of the recognized government. And now let's have a look at papers here in London. The Independent leads Middle East News reporting that ISIS are reported to have demanded the release of an Iraqi woman detained in Jordan in exchange for a Japanese hostage they have captured. Sajida Mubarak Atrus al-Rishawi, who is in her 40s, is a failed suicide bomber who conspired with her husband to wear bomb belts packed with ball bearings to destruct themselves and others at a wedding reception at the Radisson Sas Hotel in the Jordanian capital Amman in November 2005. The Telegraph leads Middle East News reporting that old enmities and doubts about Saudi Arabia's human rights record were cast aside as world leaders paid their respects to its new king, Salman bin Abdulaziz. David Cameron, whose government only a week ago condemned Saudi Arabia's public flogging of a liberal writer Raif Badawi, flew to Riyadh with the Prince of Wales, whose long friendship with the Gulf monarchy is well established. The Guardian reports that White House Chief of Staff Dennis McDonough moved to defuse a dispute over Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's upcoming trip to Washington on Sunday, calling relationships between the two countries many-faceted, deep and abiding. Administration officials told Israel's Haaretz last week Netanyahu had spat in Obama's face by arranging with Republican House Speaker John Boehner to speak before Congress in March without first informing the White House. Now let's have a look at top Middle East headlines in international papers. From Germany, the Deutsche Welle reports that wealthy businessman Ala Mubarak and the one-time heir apparent in Egypt, Gamal Mubarak, left Tora prison in southern Cairo shortly after daybreak today, heading for their respective homes in the capital's upscale Heliopolis suburb. Both still face a retrial on corruption charges and a separate trial on insider trading charges, but have been acquitted of other past charges. And finally, China's Global Times reports that Syrian President Bashar al-Assad accused Israel of aiding the al-Qaeda-linked rebels in Syria. Assad's remarks came days after Israeli warplanes carried out an airstrike against a southern Syrian town, killing 5 fighters of the Lebanese Hezbollah militants who are fighting alongside the Syrian troops against the extremist groups. For more updates, please visit levant.tv. Thanks for watching and bye for now.